Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is for you. Welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, my name is Mouse. And what's new for everyone is that I finally figured out the direction that I want to go with this channel. Moving forward, this channel is going to be about designing decisions. Not what's right or wrong. I won't be telling anybody what to do, but we will be speaking in trade-offs. My goal will be to help you look at your options more clearly and be able to choose, even in uncertainty. So that's my goal. And today's video is going to be about when quitting is rational and when it is not. The trade-off for this video is going to be between persistence and opportunity cost. One of the most difficult decisions that people are faced with is whether to quit or to keep going. And a lot of people treat this as if it's a character issue, as if quitting is a sign of weakness and persistence is a sign of strength. When quitting isn't a failure problem, it's a decision quality problem. We as people tend to stay too long and quit too early. And it's usually because we haven't expanded our line of question that we're asking ourselves. So we'll ask something along the lines of, should I quit or should I continue going? When a probably more effective way to ask that is, what am I optimizing now and what is it costing me? And this is why the conversation around trade-offs is so important. Persistence is expensive. It's going to cost you time, attention, and options. However, it's going to give you insight, skills, and leverage. We often talk about persistence as if it's automatically right. But remember, it's not right or wrong. It's a bet that learning this way is going to be more stable in the long run than the alternatives. On the other hand, opportunity cost is what you give up by staying, what you can no longer pursue because this choice now has all of your time and attention. And opportunity cost tends to get underestimated because it's invisible. Every time you choose to stay, you're closing a pathway to a whole new other opportunity. So think of the trade-offs this way. The cost of persistence is what you actively carry, and the cost of opportunity is what you never get to pick up, or what you just don't get to pick up right now. The biggest mistake that people make is assuming that discomfort means something important, but discomfort just tells you that staying is uncomfortable. The real danger zone is when learning plateaus and the cost doesn't. So you're still spending time, you're still spending energy, and you're still saying no to alternatives. But nothing about your understanding is changing. And that's when opportunity cost becomes the dominating force, whether you notice it or not. So instead of asking yourself whether you should quit or stay, try these 3 questions instead. Number 1, is my learning curve still steep? A steep learning curve means that effort still buys you insight. So your understanding is changing, your strategy is improving, and mistakes change how you operate. If learning is improving, then persistence makes sense. But if it flattens, then opportunity cost is starting to dominate. Number 2, is this path expanding or narrowing future options? Some paths expand what you can do next, and others lock you in. So paths that build transferable skills expand options, and if your path makes it harder to pivot later, then the cost is higher than it seems. And it doesn't mean that it's wrong, it just means that it's expensive. And question number 3 is, what is the irreversible cost of me staying? So not discomfort, not pride, but irreversible costs look like reputation lock-in, skill decay elsewhere, and cognitive fixation. Ooh, she is out. Cognitive fixation is when a path keeps your attention even when it stops earning it. So you're still thinking about it, you're still orienting yourself around it, you're still defending it. That's not persistence, that's sunk cost thinking. Persistence is rational when feedback loops exist, learning builds, and the downsides are capped. This is strategy. you're buying information, and you're earning leverage. So, for persistence, discomfort does not disqualify the decision, a lack of learning does. Quitting is rational when effort no longer changes the scope and staying prevents access to better options. So, in this case, quitting is not an escape, it's a reallocation. You're not giving up, you're just redirecting your resources to a higher return path. Most people don't quit because quitting is rational. They quit because quitting becomes emotionally tolerable. And people persist for the same reason. So going back to our original question, should I stay or should I go? Sorry, I couldn't I couldn't resist. Should I quit or should I stay? So let's break this down. The visible costs are time, energy, and effort. The invisible costs are attention, options, and what you don't get to spend time developing. The invisible costs are the paths that close the longer you stay. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate costs, but to stop paying them without realizing it. At this point, you're probably thinking, I still have a decision to make, which you do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But remember, the point is not to avoid quitting and not to avoid persisting, but you want to be able to look at the cost and know what you're paying with whatever decision you choose. And the last thing I'm going to say is that good decisions don't always feel good, but they are good in hindsight. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If this was useful, there are more decisions worth designing. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. But while you're here,